Well, well, well. What do we have here?
I just realized. So this entire I'm going to point back to the fact that what the audience knows, at least the people watching especially know. People listening, you might not realize we've been recording all day in a single day, all of these
All day today.
episodes, and I have been like thinking, like I've been having a ton of fun with this game, but thinking like something is different, and I can't put my finger on what it is, other than the game and the way that we're recording. And I just realized that it's that there's no music. Like it just hit. I was like, oh, I've gotten so used to us having music playing, which
I know.
is not meant to be a call out in any way. I'm just saying I noticed.
No.
Like just hit me. Like that's what's different.
I will hopefully find something in post or something to add to the videos. I don't know if I can do it in post on YouTube, but no, I should be able to because I'm going to upload these regularly.
Yeah,
I should be able to add something. I've been searching for like at least a week or a day on like music that fits this weird mishmash of genres that we have made. And that I could use. Like I found a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, this fits the vibe, but like, oh, I'm not gonna steal some artist's work. So I couldn't find anything that fit. But maybe I'll find something after. We'll see.
yeah. Sometimes I feel like there's stuff that like on the surface should fit. Like I always see these things where it's like the other day I saw a thing that was like lo-fi or like dubcore D&D music is how it was like phrased.
Yeah,
But it was just classical. It was some of the songs were classical music with weird dubstep beats added to them. And some of the songs were just dubstep with harpsichord.
Interesting. Yeah, I was running into stuff like that, stuff called like bardcore.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, interesting. And I'm like, no, that's not really what I'm.
Because you're not bardcore.
I'm not bardcore. I found a genre the other day. Something came on my TikTok page. It was like music genres you've never heard of and if they're worth listening to. And it was, I don't even remember the name of it, was like electronic folk music.
Yeah.
And they played a song from this one band, a Korean band, or Japanese, one of those two, and they're called Mid-Air Thief. And I just like dove into their music, and it's really fun. Mid-Air Thief.
Mid-Air Thief. Check that out.
Could you imagine someone who only robs people if they're midair?
How would they'd never really steal anything.
I mean, they just hide out around like skydiving like areas.
But they couldn't hide out they'd have to hide in the plane.
Yeah, or like in another plane above it and jump out.
Another plane above it.
Okay. Real quick, I'm sorry. This is taking us in a bit of a different direction, but TikTok and music. Any of you guys? So, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover just released a new album, and there's a song on that album called Lithonia. It's a very good song. But have any of you seen what has happened with that song on TikTok?
No.
I don't really use TikTok anymore.
Okay. Every single video on TikTok to that song is either a reaction to the music video, which is like kind of like a horrorcore music video with a kind of surprise ending. And so people like reacting with their like, false trauma to this music video, or people talking about like, somehow this song has blown up on the D&D side of TikTok, and everyone is talking about the sacrifice made by this goblin named Fartbuckle, but everyone's using this sound for talking about Fartbuckle.
I love that so much.
Fartbuckle save friends. Fartbuckle is
the
happy.
Goblin.
That's so dumb.
It's so dumb. It's so, but it is the best thing.
Good though.
It is so good. And so it's like all these videos of people like remembering Fartbuckle, and like he loved ladybugs, and they think like it's so funny.
It's so random.
Yes, it's so random.
That's so random.
Just like out of nowhere. Like one of the biggest artists in America releases an album, and one of the best songs on that album just gets taken over by nerds talking about a goblin named Fartbuckle.
It's a good song,
It's a
though.
fun place.
It is a good song.
Fantastic song.
Nick, what do you have to say about Fartbuckle?
I don't know. You know, I appreciate his sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's you know, who wouldn't want to try to save their friends and buy them some more time and be happy together by sacrificing yourself in combat.
I appreciate those words. Thank you.
Just one.
Yeah, we're not here to be sad today. This is a celebration of a life.
Fartbuckle wouldn't want our tears. He would want laughter here today.
Yeah. He would want our screams. As he and his goblin tribe hack us with their meat cleavers. Well, I guess goblins aren't evil anymore. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, Fartbuckle is certainly not that kind of goblin.
And Fartbuckle certainly not that goblin. That's wonderful. I'm honestly surprised none of you have taken any traits that give you pets. I feel like
I have an entire murder of crows. What are you talking about?
That's
but they're not like
they're like possessed.
And you know what? We can get into the ethical debate about whether or not clones have souls, but now I can have multiple clones at a time. So
look, you're all making fun of me like a cute pet.
My pet is Sir Carys. What are you talking about?
Whoa.
Hey, wait a second.
Don't let Sir Carys hear that. He'll never leave your side.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I give you straight up pets.
There's a trait called pet.
It's like,
I guess you have horses too.
Well, I think it's an animal.
Pet's a misnomer. You become something else's pet when you take that trait.
Well, Avalon has its own version of that.
So I already have. So Sir Carys already has pet then.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Anyway,
wonderful. Friends, we have a giant battle to get to.
We do.
We have a giant battle. Last episode, you woke up from your evening with Theodore, who you are convinced is Merlin, just pulling your leg. And you might be right. Could be wrong too. Who's to tell? You woke up. Me. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I just make it up as I'm going.
I mean, I feel like unbeknownst to Quintus and Gawain, pretty much confirmed it.
It is Gawain.
Sorry. I think there's I think Arthur in the Green Knight film says like Gawain. And I think that's why that's stuck in my head.
He doesn't know his own nephew's name, dude.
He doesn't know his own nephew's name.
He's not a great uncle.
Well,
you woke up.
Yeah.
You woke up. You traveled to the mountain. You also convinced some warlords to let you pass. Made your way to the mountain. Fought off some wervins as you were climbing the mountain. Fought off a couple more when you got to the top of the mountain. Then you went down into the mountain and fought a giant wyvern inside
a wyvern named Wervin.
A wyvern.
A wyvern named Wervin.
I had children. My name was Wervin.
And obtained Lottle. Obtained the key. You don't quite know what it is.
Well, yeah, we don't have Lottle. We have the key to Lottle, maybe.
Yes.
Or maybe it is Lottle. We don't know.
Maybe it is
Lottle. Key to Lottle, axolotl.
Axolotl.
Got a little Lottle.
Add a little Lottle.
And Arthur said to bring it to him. When you brought it to where you knew he was camped with his forces, it is very clear that a giant battle is inevitable between King Lot and King Arthur. And
Are there mechanics for like a large scale battle? Are we about to actually go into pitched battle?
I mean,
Well,
we're definitely gonna go into pitched battle. Are there rules for it? No, we'll treat it like everything else.
Okay, cool.
The three of us are going to play chess against Justin.
Yes. What? Why? What?
Can I admit something?
Knight to rook bishop.
Please. Please admit something.
I'm so bad at chess. And
Are you
I feel
really?
like I might give off the vibe of a person who's good at chess. I'm not. I'm so bad at chess. never
I've been
good.
told I give off the vibe of a person who's good at chess, and I have played chess twice in my entire life.
Wow.
I played it
I
a
was
gonna
lot.
say-
My dad was in his high school chess club, but he just kicked my ass a lot and never really like.
Like taught you how to play?
Well, he taught me, but I never got better. I don't know if that was a comment on
I'm-
him as a teacher or it was me as a
Be a
student.
servant or lose.
I'm okay at chess. I'm
Mhm.
okay at chess. I was in my chess club, and I
Nerd.
usually lost in my chess club, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
That's good.
So the way I try to play chess is I try to say, all right, here are all the possible moves on the table. And the thing is that just doesn't work towards the end. At some point I just get major brain
Danny, there are
fatigue
like
and I just give up.
move that you can
You played. Danny and I played chess a few months ago.
Yeah.
together.
So typically what I do is like in the beginning I'll just play and then I'll say, all right, now that we kind of narrowed it down into like a smaller set of things. All right, so if I move this piece here, this will happen. And then you can do this, you can do then all that's how I'll think about it.
Danny just
typically ends
goes
up
so
being
galaxy
fine.
brain that his consciousness leaves this plane, and he can't focus anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
there.
start full catatonic and I start
moving.
pissing myself and you gotta take me to the hospital and it's
Hey, we're not doing that again.
All right. We're gonna pick up at the top of the hill that you are on, overlooking this battlefield.
You sure we aren't going to pick up with advancements?
Oh, we should do advancements. You're right. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I
I really derailed us with the chess
Sure
comment.
about that?
No.
Sure
It's
about
okay.
that. That's why.
It's okay. It's okay. You're each going to get an advancement for completing a quest, even though you technically haven't given the key to Arthur yet. I'm going to let you have the advancement now because I don't think a whole lot is going to happen between now and talking to Arthur. And if you either acted in accordance with your chosen virtue or successfully struggled against your vice, you can choose another advancement.
I didn't really have any chances to show mercy to anyone who gave me the chance to show mercy. I guess I could have just killed Merlin when
Don't
he
you?
was catatonic.
But you definitely successfully struggled against.
Yeah, but we
Your
determined
vice?
that. Yeah, but we determined that.
No,
that-
we determined that is how it works.
That's how it works.
Didn't
you
we?
were not. You were not cowardice. You
no,
were
yeah, no,
courageous.
but so we determined. So I already did that, right? Didn't we already determine that with the renewed thing?
No, that was for that was for you achieving renewed. That's why you got those two advancements. This is
No, so you,
advancement.
to achieve renewed, you need to act in a. You need to oppose your vice.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in the rulebook
Yeah.
that says that you can't achieve two things using the same.
Okay.
Like-
Okay.
Look.
That's fine.
If this was a longer campaign, I might be like, yeah. There's this quest, and then 2 more episodes. So
Okay, I'll take it. No, yeah,
take the advancement.
yeah,
Take the
I'll
advancement.
take it.
We're trying to give
I'm
it to you.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to make things harder for myself. I don't know why.
It's gonna
Um,
be plenty hard at the end. So
I'm plenty.
please.
Yeah, it's plenty hard right now.
please, I beg you, take the advancement.
I really like having these related virtue and vices because to me, I feel like his whole the long game of Quintus continually like encouraging Carys has finally paid off, like the hope.
Mm.
But then kind of there's like a little
Mm.
faith in that of like
Yeah,
you
sure.
can't really, I mean, you can hope that it's there, but like
Yeah.
to toss him at a dragon after saving his life many times during combat,
Yeah,
it's kind of a bigger expression of that. So
sure. Yeah, I accept. I accept.
that's fun.
So one of the advancements I was gonna take, is gonna be procure arms. I was gonna try to choose some sort of ranged option.
Okay.
What?
Sure.
How do you feel about instead of grabbing like a crossbow or like a bow?
You should just give the one that gives
Would you be
melee.
down? Well, yeah, but would you be down to give me the ability to just like sort of command a crow to fling itself at someone? So like I imagine like
Yeah.
Carys just sort of like points his sword at someone, and maybe like a
Sure.
couple crows just go full kamikaze and fling themselves
Sure.
at an enemy.
Yeah.
And so it looks like it would just do
I'm gonna
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, I would say 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, because that's the next step up from my straight sword.
Yep. 1d6 plus 1. Yeah, that's fine. That's fun.
You fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you're fine with that. All right. So I'm just gonna
I'm fine with
call
it. Are you fine with
command-
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Kamacrozy.
Occasionally, I feel like I gotta like apologize for Danny.
Every single time.
Well, I
Every
mean,
single time.
I don't like Justin
know
should
what they signed
apologize.
up
He
for.
and I are the closest.
I don't know. Anyone else? What advancements are you taking?
I think I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned this on air, but I am taking fighter. Yeah. So I'm gonna have 1d6 for unarmed strikes.
Yep.
And then once per mission, I can do a special unarmed strike that deals 1d6 plus 2 damage, and knocks most
Fun.
living things unconscious.
Fun.
It also
That's
gives
fun.
me a flashy outfit that
Yeah.
gives 1 armor. Does
Yeah.
that work in conjunction with my other stuff?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like my reinforced hauberk definitely would work in conjunction with that. And if you're saying it doesn't conflict with my armor,
Yeah, I don't
then-
see why it would narratively.
Cool.
You could wear clothes under armor.
yeah, cool, awesome. And then I also get +1 forceful.
Yeah, look at you.
And one of the fun things for those of you keeping track at home, after drinking that potion from Theodore, I also have Echo, where I can create shadow clones of myself, and those shadow clones will benefit from the 1d6 unarmed damage as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, the second advancement I'll take will just be meditative retreat. So I'll take
Okay.
-1 to forceful and +1 to reflexive.
Okay. Probably at some point in that journey from the mountain to Arthur's camp.
I have my
Yeah.
first positive attribute. Now that I have
Nice.
that +1 to forceful.
Amazing.
Huge.
I mean, I've been doing pretty okay with zeros across the board. I'm not complaining, but
And I've got a +2 reflexive.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Sir Quintus.
I want to take cut, which gives me a couple
Ooh.
of abilities. The first of which is that when I try to slice any mundane object, just straight up, I can easily cut any mundane object.
Like a
given
bunch.
enough time. Yeah, like into several pieces given enough time. But I may also instantly cut. This is more of an ability. I may also instantly cut anything something perfectly in half as long as I identify a unique fracture point by rolling a d6 and correctly predicting its result. So I got to call a number, try to roll
That's
it.
so fun.
Oh, that's dope.
so fun.
It's just funny. It's not combat effective because it's just like mundane object, but the other ability is combat effective. When someone damages you and you are wielding a cutting weapon, you may roll damage to counter theirs. On mismatch, they hurt you as usual, and your roll means nothing. But on a tie, you are unscathed, and your opponent is revealed to have been cut in half.
Oh!
It's pretty cool.
I might also allow you to. It does say you may also instantly cut something perfectly.
Yeah, that one would be
Doesn't-
combat effective.
It does
Oh,
not
really?
necessarily. Yeah, the mundane thing
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Mhm.
I mean, the likelihood of its last ability seems pretty similar.
Yeah.
One you're guessing a d6 result. The other you're hoping to tie.
Yeah.
Other
Well,
damage.
I think it's important to like it says something, not someone, so that's like a thing, right? But
Mm.
that doesn't like you could like cut their weapon in half or like do
Yeah.
something,
Okay.
Like-
All right. Well, hey, man, I'll take it.
Look, also people are technically a thing. They're more than that.
Also true.
But like, at its
Fair enough.
most base form. People.
What are you talking about? Things that can be cut. That does include people.
I'm
Yeah.
technically.
I was just going based off the fact that in the same paragraph, it distinguishes people as
when
someone.
when
sure,
someone damages
when
you.
someone damages you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It also gives
Well-
you katana.
Just look. All you have to do is ask. Worst I can
Oh.
say is no. You can't cut that person in half.
Yeah, that's true.
Which will be sad for me, but
I
I
know.
understand.
I know. But you can parry their blow and try and
Which is
roll their
also pretty cool. Yeah.
exact amount of damage.
Which is probably going to be really hard
Insane.
given that I rolled 2d6 when
Oh,
most
yeah.
attacks do d6, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Did you get 2? I think you got 2, right?
Yes, I did also get 2 advancements. The second one, I think I am just going to go for more HP.
Okay.
Kind of standard there.
Okie dokie. Well, let's pick it up right at the top of the hill then. You see Sir Arthur's camp. You see King Lot's camp on the far side.
Sir Arthur.
King
Some
Arthur.
respect on that name.
Sir
Sorry,
King. King Sir.
King Sir Arthur.
How dare you insult our king?
I don't
Any-
do.
If anyone from down on the battlefield looks up at the top of the hill to see us, it looks almost like there's like this dark cloud above us because of the murder of crows.
So just have a massive crows. I mean, it's a pretty decent. It's far. Like they're in a valley, right? So if
Okay.
they looked up, they would barely see anything at all. It'd be like 2 little dots, 3 little dots.
It's just a whiff of clouds.
What do you do?
we got to find the king, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
he probably is pretty easy to spot even from a distance.
Yeah, he'd
There's going to
have
be
his
heraldry
standard-
around him. Yeah, standard bearers. And
Yeah, and you can see his tent as well. It's obviously a regal tent set up for him. So you make your way down into his camp. And you're obviously Knights of the Round Table, so nobody stops you or anything. He's standing over like a war table with, let's say, Sir Lancelot and who else? Sir Galahad.
Percival?
Galahad and Lancelot. We'll say Percival, Galahad, and Lancelot are there. And King Arthur goes, friends. So I assume you were successful. Come.
We were, Your Majesty, and I don't. Wait, you have.
I don't think it matters who has it.
we all
whoever has it,
handed
hands
to
it
him at the
over.
same time.
We all
Yeah, somehow we were all
we
simultaneously.
broke it into
carrying
3 pieces, and we each take one piece of the broken lottle out of.
Motherfucker, you weren't supposed to break it.
Oh, that does not work anymore.
Sorry.
Oh man,
This was important for friendship.
this was important for friendship.
Wonderful. Tell me, where did you encounter any resistance?
There were
Well, the
a few
wyverns.
wyverns, but
Yes. That's why I placed it there, actually.
Did you also tell Merlin to look after it?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Your
It's
Majesty.
it's fine. Never mind.
He's all the way in Camelot. Did he leave?
No.
no.
Yeah.
At least we have
Flash.
proof that he left.
Suppose that
We have a sneaking suspicion he was watching over us in his own way.
Oh, that's Merlin.
Hardly.
Well, he's unfortunately one of my closest friends, and he's like that sometimes. But enough of that. Come, join us. We're talking strategy.
Yes, Johannes. Of course.
And you come around and you can see where like all the camps are, all of Lot's forces are, and King Arthur continues talking to the other knights that are there and goes, "Yes, so I still think the best plan is to engage most of his forces and send a contingent of knights behind and to the side to occupy his castle. If we can do that, raise our standard, over his castle will have signaled that we have won.
If I might be part of that contingent, my king,
I think we'd all like to.
I know the castle.
I do
As
too.
you know, I spent most of my childhood there.
That you do. He looks you up and down, Sir Gawain. I would not lie to you, sir. This is a dangerous mission. One in which either your lives will be lost or the life of your father.
My king, our lives are gladly forfeit for the benefit of Camelot, and my father is a villain and a rake. There's no love lost between us. To see him hoisted on his own petard would be an honor, frankly.
He walks up to you, puts a hand on your shoulder, Sir Gawain. He is those things. He is also a man, Sir Gawain. A man like you and me, all of us. Some of us became knights due to our nobility. He looks at you again. Some of us did not have a noble heir to begin with. And he looks at the other two with you. And yet here you are. Choices that you have made have led you to this moment. That is all we are, Sir Gawain, is choices. And despite the evil that he has done, I do not believe that our choices should always dictate what our fate is. Some people do not have the option to choose. Would you see them burn for their crimes as well? The child who must steal for bread?
Forgive me, my king, but my father is not an urchin scraping by. He is a king. You know better than any of us. If anyone has freedom of choice beyond compulsion, it is a king.
He has more responsibility, yes. I just want to remind you, not everyone is as free to choose as you have been.
I think I understand, my king. If I take your meaning, I feel I must be honest. Given the chance, I will not let my father live.
I would not stop your hand, for that is your choice to make. The three of you must be careful. Morgana will be there as well. You must expect to see her. You must be incredibly cautious. As much as I believe in the three of you, she could wipe the floor with any of you with but a moment. Keep yourselves safe, and if need be, undetected. But I trust you to do what is good for the realm of Camelot and Albion at large.
As we have sworn.
Of course, my king.
He hands the key back to whoever handed it to him. We'll
So
say
we all
circle.
three of us grab it.
So all three. It's all three. Do me one last favor. Hold on to this for me. In case something were to happen to me. Merlin will know what to do with this. Tell him to activate the Grail protocol.
We won't let anything happen to you, Your Majesty.
Sadly, I feel it. I can sense it. There's no time to be sad, though. The realm will continue. The people of Albion will continue. I am but a man. Trust me. Carry on your duty.
We will, my lord. Quintus tries to like look at, the like living legends in the room, like
Yeah, for
when,
sure.
when Arthur says that he's going to die, and see if like try to like
Nothing. Almost as though this isn't the first time, or like, yeah, they've heard him say this recently before, and like there might be there's probably like a wince on Sir Lancelot's face, but he quickly composes himself.
see what.
If the next thing we do is leave, Carys would like to, like, before stepping out, turn and ask King Arthur one last thing.
Yes, Sir Carys, what?
Your Majesty, if things are going to go the way you say they're going to go today, then I want to. There's just something I want to ask you. How do you choose who you place your trust in, your faith in? How do you so willingly trust even the three of us knights who were just a few days ago placed in your court? Besides our nobility, what do you find in us that you hold so sacred in your heart?
Sir Carys, I would not have welcomed you into the table had you not had noble bearing. And I know how important that is to somebody of your past. And he sort of like looks at the other three knights that are there in order to like not.
Yeah.
To,
I
like,
definitely made sure. I said I made sure, like, what in the fiction I created, I was hoping that like I was like the last to try to step out, because I wanted to make sure that Gawain and Quintus weren't
I meant
really
like
around.
no,
He means
I meant Lancelot, Percival, Galahad, like
yeah, I just wanted to reestablish. I just wanted to
yeah. I know that Gawain and Quintus are not there. Yeah.
Okay,
I meant
cool.
the big knights.
The big boys.
The main guys.
Gawain's a pretty big knight.
He is. Gawain is a big knight. It's true. But I like this young version of Gawain that we've got.
Yeah.
He looks at the other three and kind of smirks to you as if he knows what you assume he's saying.
I think you might have accidentally put in a knot in there, Justin.
Oh, really?
Because you said he would not have accepted him had he not had noble birth.
No,
I
that's
feel
what he
like-
said.
Did I-
Bearing, not birth.
Bearing.
Oh,
yes,
bearing.
bearing. Yes.
Yeah.
If you had
So
not
you
had
said-
noble birth. Yeah, like he has noble bearing, so that's what I meant to say.
So
Yeah, you said had you
I
not
think
had
what he
noble
said is
bearing. So
correct.
he carries himself nobly, not that he
Yes.
was born a noble.
Yes, that was my intention.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm confused. Okay.
So,
Moving on.
Mr. Carys, you have every right to be here. You have proven yourself over and over again. And you will go on to prove yourself over and over again as well. That is how I have trust in people. It is the people who stare at the face of adversity and the face of pain and torture and do not back down, but the ones who get up over and over again, not just to survive, but to protect those behind them. I have seen the three of you protect the people of Albion time and time again. And I would put my life in the three of your hands.
Thank you, Your Majesty. And Carys will take a knee and kneel, one arm in front of the other, and bow his head. We shall emerge victorious after today's battle. I know it.
He comes up, stands over you for a moment, and then lifts you up into an embrace. You will do more than that. You will thrive, Sir Carys. You will become something more than I would have ever hoped for. Go.
And with a nod, Carys will turn around. Before fully leaving the tent, wipe away what tears he had on his face, and then emerge.
Gawain
Oh,
is
you're
once
muted,
again
Nick.
waiting and sharpening his sword.
Yeah, we're just standing in front of the tent, like just going sharpening his sword. Quintus is just standing there. He's got like a smile on his face.
Did you see the knights? That was crazy. Wow.
It was, yeah. Those are some pretty famous names in there.
Well,
One day our names will be right alongside theirs in the songs.
I feel like Carys is already almost there. He's
Well on his
getting ahead
way.
of us.
He's
I
through the
won't be
Great
outdone.
Wyvern.
We got to get some bods on that tale. That is one for the ages for sure.
we need to force a bard to start following us.
Carys the Courageous and the slaying of the Great Wyvern.
Okay, all right,
Ooh.
stop.
Ooh,
This
yes. This is a good one. Before we go, Quintus will like lead them to like whatever mess kit is set up, and we'll go for an exquisite meal.
Yeah,
before we get
okay.
into this.
Give me that
Nice.
roll.
Okay, come on, baby, let's go. Okay, 8. So I
Okay.
get to pick one,
Just the one.
and
Yep.
+1 to any attribute for 1 roll.
Okay. So you get a +1 roll.
Nice.
That came in handy last time. I think you all used it at some point.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay,
real
crazy.
yeah.
It's pretty clutch. So that's what we're prepping, and obviously we're into the day now. But Quintus still did his prayers
For
in the
sure.
morning.
For sure.
Well, it looks like he's praying.
Ugh.
He's actually just snacking.
Can't much.
Wonderful.
Can they even do that?
What, my friends, is the plan?
Well, what King Arthur said, we shall disperse ourselves.
Sneak into the back
flank.
door.
Yes, exactly. Just like your mom last night.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a joke style I've been working on. It'll take off in a few thousand years.
Exactly. See, your kids are gonna love it.
So,
If you ever dare
Nice.
speak of Queen Morghese in this way again,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
she is
pulls the sword out and points it at him.
and sister of King Arthur. What is wrong with you?
Your mom jokes in Albion.
Bad
the
idea.
nephew of the king.
Really good move.
Oh my god.
Is your plan to just start sneaking now? Wait for the battle to start?
If we wait for the cover of dark, then my avian army will be harder to see.
That does seem like a prerequisite.
Yeah. Right now they're just I'm sort of like hiding them all just like amongst like the pitched tents and stuff.
Yeah, hiding. There's
like-
just
someone-
tons of crows
Right?
perched all over these.
Right.
Everybody's kind of like, what the hell is going on?
It actually wouldn't be that abnormal,
Yeah.
realistically, for a
Yeah.
bunch of crows to start
Yeah.
gathering at a battlefield.
Well, maybe I'll just send them to some dead bodies or something.
There might not be
Ah!
any
Gotta
of
feed
those
them
yet,
somehow.
but
Yeah.
they'd be waiting.
Oh, true. Oh, the fighting hasn't started yet.
No, the fighting was last.
So is the fighting
Oh,
does
okay.
it seem like the pitch battle will begin today, or do we have like a day?
Yeah, let's I don't know. What do you guys think? That's why I was kind of asking. Like, do you want to use the pitch battle as a distraction? Do you want to
I
wait?
think the cover of Night's a good idea. If we,
Yeah.
here's a question: do we? And this is obviously all flavor because, like, I don't know that it matters in terms of like mechanics, but do we sneak in without our armor?
It would only matter by one for me because my armor is 1. So I mean, like I'm
Well, yeah,
fine with
like
it.
for removing armor for me, my armor would go down by 1. I'd still be at 2, so I'm not a good decider for this.
I mean, I'd be fine with it.
It's a
Sir
good move.
Carys would be fine with it
It's a
specifically.
good move.
But yeah, I guess to help with sneaking, maybe we do. Oh man! All right, let's do this. Quintus sort of like undons his armor and pulls the hilt of his sword and takes the blade off of the armor as he has before, and sort of has like a makeshift sling. Clearly hasn't been used much.
How much can your crows, like, is there anything like, would it be reasonable to think that your crows could just like fly the armor into the keep and like drop it so we can like sneak
I
in
don't-
without the armor? And
Airdrop.
I'm just
I don't know
realizing
about
that like
what are some of the ominous phrases they're spouting? Is there a yes or no amongst this? Maybe I asked them.
Yeah. What? Murder, right?
Yeah.
Let me read
I
it.
just because I just realized, like, just dawned on me that like the way that we have skinned things so far, like I'm like, hey, let's all go in without our armor, but mine is just like in the sheath of my sword right now, and I can like put it on when we're inside.
They're like, hey, screw you guys.
Hey, you losers want to use your lose your shitty armor?
Maybe.
I don't feel like it is enough to carry power armor.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, focus is gonna be on the other side of the keep. Like we could probably sneak in with armor on. I just feel bad now that I think about you guys being exposed.
Yeah. I mean, it's only by 1. Although health is precious in Fist.
It is. That's a pretty precious.
Yeah.
Precious. You've only got so much health. What's the deciding? Let's decide.
I'm leaving my armor because I've already established that it's very like clanky on Carys, and I think he would definitely opt to go on without it.
Okay.
Also, as
Quintus-
he's sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say as he's sort of fitting more into like a mage role. So maybe it's
Yeah.
appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Quintus hangs back for a second while Carys and Gawain sneak in and take out like anyone who's nearby, and then bring Quintus in.
I'm debating. I think I'll do it. I think I'll take.
Okay.
I think
Take it off?
we're just gonna,
Alright.
we're gonna sneak in. We're gonna
I
do
love
this.
it. I love it. I love it so much.
I will leave my armor off in solidarity.
Thanks.
Wonderful. All right, so you're gonna wait till the cover of night and sneak over.
Yep.
I would as night falls. I think I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need a roll from someone. Excuse me, to represent you, kind of leading the stealth in this valley to get behind their forces and behind the castle without being noticed.
Should it be
So-
Gawain, since we sort of fictionally set up that he's leading us in because of growing up
I
here?
think it makes sense.
Can be Gawain, yeah, can be Gawain for sure.
Well, if Gawain does it, I feel like it's tactical.
Yep.
It's one of us.
Sure.
Probably just reflex.
Yeah.
I accept.
Okay. That's 10.
Wow, look
right.
at you. You find yourselves at the back of the castle, and Gawain, there is there's like a ladder. It's kind of hidden behind some brushes, but it leads to like the second floor, and then on that second floor, there's like a door into the actual castle.
I'm gonna ask my crows. If they're
Okay.
able to tell me if they can see what's immediately on that second floor. If there's anyone up there.
Interesting. Can I just tell you those things?
Well, it's like a cacophony, right? So I feel like he'd
Yeah.
get every answer, like
Yeah.
yes and
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
But then
It
it's up
says
to him
some
to try to.
helpful. Oh, yeah.
some
Right.
helpful.
But your ability to determine what is helpful is up to you, right? So
Is impossible.
you should just
Yeah,
have
yeah.
him roll if
Yeah.
he can figure out which one is the correct answer. I'm sorry, I
I don't know.
I like
I
that.
don't
I like
know.
putting
that.
forth.
No, I
I
don't
like
think you
that.
should
I like
roll.
that rather than just Justin saying yes, no, because then that part of the ability will just never be useful whatsoever, and it'd be completely
Or
useless.
You
the
just
fact that it's in there,
you give information that's not just yes or no, but you still have
Or
to
that,
decide
yeah.
like, do I trust
Yeah.
this information? So like for instance,
So
one of the crows goes, "Ah, 5 cards," and another crow goes, "Ah, 2, 2, 2, 5 cards, 2, 2."
it sounds like there's definitely someone up there, but in terms of quantity, my friends have no idea. The bad brained.
Ah! And one of them hits you over the head with a wing.
Ouch.
They didn't seem to appreciate your joke.
Yeah. I'll get used to it.
Right. There will be
There's
servants.
at least 2 up there, I think.
There will be servants around as well. Let's keep them alive if we can.
Yes.
Strike to incapacitate rather than kill. Guards and soldiers, fair game. And I'm gonna go in, I'll like slip into the window.
Okay. You slip into the window. We'll just carry your stealth over of a 10. You see, this is this is like a dining room essentially. There's like a couple servants that are running around cleaning, and there are 2 guards in here. but nobody sees you right now.
Do I recognize the servants?
Oh, what a great question.
Ooh.
No, you do not.
Okay. With the way people are positioned in the room, would I be able to sneak up behind the guards without the servants seeing me first?
You can certainly try with a roll.
Yeah. I don't think it matters which one it is because
It's not
they're
forceful.
both
Yeah.
zeros. I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be zeros, but it's probably reflex
Sure.
in this particular instance.
Yep.
But I'm going to use the I roll a 9. I'm going to use the +1
Plus
from
one
Nick
to make it a 10.
Make it a 10.
Then absolutely yes. That +1 is gone, but you make it behind the guards without the servants seeing you.
All right. As I get up behind the guards, I want to
Smooch them.
smooch them. Yeah. No, I'm gonna pull out my as I was like kind of sneaking, I was slowly drawing my longsword,
Mhm.
and I want to kind of bring it across in one motion to kill both of them with
Kill
one
both of them.
with one
That
sword.
is
I
going
can.
to be tough. So let's
Yeah.
see what the dice say. I definitely think that's an action. That's really tough to
Okay.
do.
That's a 10. 6 and a 4.
Wow, man. Okay. Silently, you dispatch both of these guards. Their bodies slump down. The room is empty now. The servants have left as well. They've finished cleaning. It's quiet.
Cool.
Very quiet.
I look back and I'm assuming that like Carys and Quintus are kind of at least one of them is looking up over the window, or maybe one of the crows is looking up over the window to look for the signal, and I like make the signal for them to follow me into the building now.
All right.
Okay. You guys follow in?
Yes, I'll follow in. I'm guessing Quintus follows in as well.
Yes. Yeah, we will say Quintus follows in. You get into and you see like a dining room. It is empty. There are 2 dead guards on the floor.
Oh, wonderful. Very efficient of you. All right.
Yes, I figured efficiency was the best course of action. No,
I completely agree. Where to you, Sir Gawain? Gawain, sorry.
that's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I suppose. If we go this way, we'll find ourselves at the guard quarters. We might be able to take out more guards if we go to the guard quarters first, but there's a higher chance of the alarm being raised versus going that way and making our way close to the throne.
We have to get to the throne, or do we take? Oh, the standard. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I have a feeling that Morgana's going to be waiting for us at the throne, though.
If we go for the guards first and get rid of some, even if the alarm isn't raised, it's the potential that we end up weakened for our fight with Morgana.
Exactly.
Versus going where she's going to most likely be first.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a gamble either way.
If we can kill Morgana,
Sorry.
Oh.
What were you saying?
If we can kill Morgana, I feel that is the greater threat. Even if we fail in taking the keep, at least she's dispatched.
There's no use weakening ourselves fighting some guards before that.
Yes. It is much more likely that we would be able to take on the guards weakened than take on Morgana weakened. I think that is the unfortunate truth.
Yes, I agree. I then have an idea. It may not work. It most likely won't work. But if you go down this hall to the left, take your first right, and then your second right, The first right immediately following that first right, you'll come to a back chamber behind the throne room. You can sneak in and flank Morgana. I'll go around this other way, and I'll be able to go in the front of the throne room. And I can try and challenge her, gain her attention, while you two come in behind, and maybe we can take her by surprise.
That's excellent. I really thought you were going to say there's a secret hallway that leads to a tank we can commandeer, and that we can use the tank to destroy her. But this seems more plausible.
If only. My father keeps the tanks in the stables.
Ah, yes, yes.
And well, right now they're probably at the field battle.
Yes, that makes sense.
No, he doesn't take them out for battle. They're just for show.
Oh, interesting choice.
They're dressage tanks.
Could we get those directions one more time, please?
Yes, this hall to the left. First right, and then through the doors into the throne room.
Right. All right.
I also reserve the right to have King Lot's side have tanks in the battle.
That's fair.
No, yeah, obviously.
Well,
They,
he was
but
just
they are
talking
not
about
his dressage tanks.
Yeah, they're not the
yeah.
golden. They're not the golden plated tanks.
Yeah, I understand.
those are still in the stables.
Those are in
the
the stables. The actual working tanks are not.
Yes.
Okay, so Sir Carys and Quintus are sneaking.
Yes.
from
We go
behind
down
the
that
throne.
hall, take the first right, take the
Mhm.
second first right, and then we go straight through the doors to the secret passage.
as
that
we're
should lead behind
getting
the
to
throne room.
after the second right, and it's just a straight shot to the doors.
Mhm.
Sir Quintus applies the wyvern venom to his blade.
I understand.
Oh, that's lovely. Could my crows each peck every one of their beaks into that?
They would die immediately. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you're right.
Unless they're
Yeah, where I'm going is a bit of a straighter shot. So I go to the front of the throne room
I understand.
and kind of give it a beat before I push in.
Yep.
Just to make sure that they're in position before I go in.
I understand. We will cut to the dramatic opening of the double doors into the throne room as Sir Gawain returns home, although probably not under the auspice that his father would want.
it's technically his birthright.
I know.
Yeah.
Sitting at the throne is King Lot. Old. I use the word wizened, but not obviously a wise ruler, a very cruel king. He's sitting at the throne with a scowl on his face, staring at you. Oh, so you've come home. Hmm?
Come to claim my birthright, old man.
You left. You've forsaken your birthright.
My mother took me away when I was but a boy. You think I had a choice? Let's be clear. If I did have a choice, I would have left you in a heartbeat. It's not a matter of me having wanted to stay with you. You're a petty, cruel child of a man. I've seen what a
Gotta
real
love
king
thus
looks
far
like, and
media on
he-
our daddy issues.
I've seen what a real king looks like, and he does not resemble you, father.
You'll eat those words, boy.
I may chew them, but only so I can spit them back in your face once more.
I assume Quintus and Carys are sneaking in now.
Yeah, we're just like, holy like behind the
Yeah.
doors. We're just
Yeah.
like,
For sure.
Yeah.
we're kind of like I am at least kind of waiting until like Morgana appears.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
And Carys is definitely, he has his bird seed in his hands. He's sort of like
He's just
shaking
ready.
around.
Yeah.
And the bird seed, the bird seeds aren't gonna be used in combat. The bird seeds,
Yeah, what do you want? helpful
it's from the
omen?
murder trait. They guarantee a helpful omen for
Yeah.
one use.
What
So
do
you
you
just
what
I
do
don't
you
know if
wanna
I
know?
can just like ask.
Yeah? Ask a question.
Okay.
what's
Yeah,
a helpful?
so I guess well, helpful an omen is like this
A
Technically,
portent.
an omen's like an event
Oh.
An event in the future.
well, that's an event that predicts the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a helpful event in the future.
Do you want me to just give you a helpful omen, or do you want to ask a question? I'll leave that to you.
I kind of want to. I feel like asking a question makes sense. I don't know.
Well, I like the idea that you just say
Use it,
you
like,
use
kind of
them,
assess the situation.
And that's what I was kind of asking for too. I
Okay,
just use
that's
them.
fine.
And I don't
Okay.
really
And
know what's
then
going to happen.
at some point,
but I know it's going to be
Justin
helpful.
just gives you something nice. Yeah.
A helpful omen.
I don't know. That's I don't know.
I think
feel
the
like I'm putting
omen
too much
is
on
that
you.
he's feeding the
Oh.
birds, right? Like that's the
Well,
omen.
and the birds tell him.
Oh, they tell him something. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You see something in your mind's eye, Sir Carys. You see
It's like
the
when he's reading the
field.
locks, he goes. This is when he
Full
sees
Helen Keller.
it. Oh my god!
Stop. Jesus Christ, Johnny.
You can't resist. You can't do it.
Because we're not live streaming, man.
God damn. Like, I'm genuinely considering taking those jokes out.
She was a terrible racist and an ardent eugenicist. I will never retract a single statement made disparaging Helen Keller.
Oh man. It's
I hope if hell exists that she is there.
Johnny.
never changed,
Hell
but
yeah,
also
dude.
Jesus.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Oh Lord.
Yeah. So Quintus just sees Carys for some reason frantically feeding his birds.
Quintus is not actually paying attention to Carys.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he responded to Gawain's absolute brutal takedown of his father, but he's actually standing there in his ready stance, and he's just been staring at the door the entire time we've been here.
Yeah,
he's just like looking at it, and you can see him like studying it. Carys.
Here is the helpful omen you get. You see the field of battle. And you see the two forces colliding into each other. You see the battle, right? You see the ebbs and flows. And then you see King Arthur in the midst of all of this, like cutting down King Lot's guys, right? Standing strong. And then you see him look up to see another knight, a knight that you recognize. It's Sir Mordred. But Sir Mordred is no longer wearing the standard of Albion. He is now wearing King Lot's standard. And he charges at King Arthur. And I think what it is you see you see what is going to happen. You see Mordred cut Sir Arthur down. And then it rewinds a bit. And this is the helpful omen, which is as Sir Mordred is charging at Sir Arthur is when he's drawing his blade. And the omen sort of slows down, and you can see the leather straps attached to it are loose and weakened. If you could somehow get down to the battle and stop Sir Mordred, you could maybe save King Arthur. Maybe.
And suddenly, Quintus, you just hear Carys say, "His Majesty will be cut down in the field of battle at the hands of a traitor, at the hands of Sir Mordred."
So Mordred, he's
Mordred's
the king's son.
And now looking in Quintus's eyes, Sir Mordred has turned on the side of King Lot. What time of day did the omen look like it was happening? Was it nighttime, like right now?
Oh, no, it'd be the height of the day.
Yeah, it'd be during the battle.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think you can stop it?
The crows, or whoever sent them to me, showed me a way I might be able to. The strap sheathing his sword seems to be loose, but I don't know how accurate this is. I don't. I've asked these crows questions before, and they're not always honest. But this is the first time they've shown me something like this.
Battle standards won't fly until several hours after mid-sunrise. It wouldn't be safe for cavalry to move without full sunlight. Which means we have 4 or 5 hours to finish this and get back to the battlefield.
Yes. If we finish early, maybe we can find Mordred here.
Or do you think you should go now? I would not want to face these great enemies without all 3 of us, as King Arthur suggested. But if we need to, we could save the king and destroy his enemies.
I don't know if the king will listen to me if I tell him to stay from the battle.
He wouldn't. You'd have to
If
save
I
him.
tell the king,
The only way he's not going to listen to us. I mean, it's his son, Carys.
yes,
He's never going to believe that he would turn against him. We have to basically catch him in that moment, whatever moment you saw of his betrayal.
well, the betrayal happened during the day. That's the eve of the battle. So,
And we have a few hours. Prepare yourself.
all right. Let's tell Gawain of the news after we emerge victorious.
It's not like we can tell him before.
You hear the conversation has been happening this entire time.
Right.
And King Lot goes, it's interesting that you bring up choice. Let me ask you a question. Did I have a choice?
Of course you had a choice. Enough talk. Stand and fight me.
And he stands up. But he stands up much more gracefully than a man of his size would normally stand up. And as that happens, there is like a shimmer, and the form of Morgana is there instead. Oh, Sir Gawain. You really think your father had a choice? No.
Spare me your poisonous words, you whore. Fight.
Would you like
All
me?
right. That's a signal.
She'll that's fine. You bust in. She's conjuring a vision of King Lot in the prison down here in the castle.
Should have done that. For timing's sake, I'm going to let Gawain kind of sit with that if you want.
I mean,
Well,
yeah, but you guys have bust through.
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say, like, I think that there's no, like, Gawain like shakes his head and just kind of lunges forward.
All right.
Like,
So to
okay.
be specific, I am using cut, which I just took.
Okay.
You can easily cut any mundane object into several pieces given enough time, and the time was me studying every aspect of the doors.
Okay.
And so the doors just, I just like in one quick movement, the doors explode outwards into like a ton of pieces.
That's fine. Okay.
And we charge.
Yes.
Well, I charge. I don't know.
I was hoping you guys would hang back. I wanted by definition you guys to hang back so I could get in one.
Oh no! Okay,
Oh,
if that was the agreement, then that's what happens. Just to be clear.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, you did set it up that way. I remember you saying that you wanted it to be sort of one-on-one duel.
Mhm.
Okay. Charge at her. Give me a roll.
Alright. Can this one be forceful?
Of course.
Even after those birdseed, my crows are getting peckish.
I'm gonna add a war dice.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay, it's 11.
And 11. Go ahead and do your damage.
Okay. That is 15.
15. The two of you bust in to see Sir Gawain have taken a slice.
Sorry,
More.
11. I'm so bad at math. I don't know
That's
how.
fine. That's okay.
Man, we've been doing this all day. Okay, you get it. It's
Sorry,
fine. You
get
get
a
a
little
pass.
break. The two of you bust down the door to see Gawain have already swung at Morgana.
Just the plan.
Morgana drops to her knees in front of Sir Gawain.
Oh, you're waiting for
Looks
us?
up, looks up at Sir Gawain. No, I was just trying to think about what to do next. What to say
Sorry.
next. Sir Gawain looks up at Sir Gawain. Your father has been a puppet of mine since the day he was born. And then there is a blinding flash. And when your eyes return, you see an owl flying out of the castle. and her
Curse,
cloak
curse,
behind her.
bird attack thing.
Yeah, Chromakazi. Can I launch some crows at her?
You can. You
Oh,
guys
no.
really
Wait. Do you guys really want to what?
if you would like to poke the bear now, you certainly can. Toss crows at her. Toss
Yeah,
crows
we'll
at her.
toss some crows at her.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll toss some crows at her.
go for it.
We
Did it seem like
Reflexive
my
most-
attack affected her at all?
Yes, it killed her form.
Oh, okay.
Her foam.
Her form.
Yeah.
That makes me so nervous.
I don't like that. That's bold.
I didn't like that. Did not like that.
All right. Well, reflexive most def. Ooh, that is a 10 on the dice plus 2 for a 12.
Okay. Damage, please.
What happens if I kill this form? What's the next form gonna be?
Next one's a turtle, and then it's just turtles all the way down.
It's just turtles. Yeah.
2 damage though.
Two
They get
damage.
smaller, but then they get bigger when they get smaller.
It's minimum damage.
Yeah. Then they get huge.
Um.
Then they get mutant.
Oh
And
boy.
teenage.
Yeah.
You just got your crows.
I mean, they don't all die.
So
right?
it's
You just
not.
got a
So
whole
I
murder.
think the way I like this too is like
Okay.
it's less him being like straight up commanding the crows
Yeah.
and more him like reaching over like get back here almost, and the crows like as like an extension of his like arm.
All of the crows or
Wing.
just a couple of them?
Not all the crows, just a couple of them.
Okay. All right.
You can't get rid of my crows. You're trying to get rid of my
Yeah.
crows? That'd be
No.
crazy.
Trait that
Well-
he has.
Yeah.
For sure. For
So
sure.
just erase your trait. It's gone.
Well, you'll see why in a moment, because I think what it is like the owl gets out and you send your crows after it, and it's like outside, so you don't quite see it, and there's this like moment of silence,
Did you get it?
and then the wall that you are in explodes
Oh no.
as you see a giant dragon
Oh, we just talked about this.
now flying just outside of the castle.
Yeah, a part of me would like to think that that was inevitable, regardless
It
of.
was Quintus. It was. I mean,
Whatever.
I'm Quintus. Sorry, I'm trying to calm myself down.
You're right. I'm sorry. Sorry, Gawain.
You're good.
Gawain.
Carys,
Carys is me.
it's fine. You're Carys. Everything is fine.
I'm so
Um,
sorry. I missed whatever happened.
No, Gawain doesn't have
My
an
wife
accent.
So-
was talking. My wife
no,
was
you're-
talking to me.
You're fine.
I,
That's fair.
Johnny, missed what was happening.
Gawain just completely drops the accent. I'm sorry, guys. I was not
What is
paying
it?
attention
What's
at
going on?
all. What happened?
So sorry.
I
turns out-
spaced.
This has been a VR campaign this entire time, and like you're all playing real people in the real world, playing knights and
full
uh,
isekai.
that would be such a funny twist.
I
So
lost
the
a
owl,
couple- Sorry.
the owl flew out. Oh, I'll wait.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I understand. Family stuff happens. The owl flew out. Sir Carey sent a couple crows after it. And then there was a moment, and then the entire wall exploded as you now see the form of a giant dragon.
We could take her. I'm kidding.
Some of you probably will die.
Some of you may die. That's a sacrifice.
I'm willing to pay.
Sorry, I can't. All right, we gotta lock in.
Dragon
so
shows
is
up,
she?
you gotta quote
Carys-
Shrek.
Yeah, it's kind of inevitable.
Carys
So-
says, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna. Were you gonna do something?
Well, I wanted some clarity points from Justin. So
Please.
it is flying. It was still flying. So whatever the transformation was so explosive that it knocked the wall in,
Yes.
and it is still flying away, or it looks like she's turning around to fight us.
I think at this point she's turned around to fight you, since you are
All
so
right,
insistent
so-
on fighting her.
As she's turned around to fight us,
Oh, wow.
Carys says, "I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I want to activate."
Or you know
Jinx."
what? Jinx. I was saying maybe I can roll a fortune die to see if she's gonna turn back.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let's see.
We'll go 4, 5, 6.
We're just turning this into Origin of the Dark.
Fortune that I will
Hey, it's already
bring
partially there.
I will bring fortune die into every system. I think it's the
Yeah.
greatest thing in the entire world.
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's incredible. Because I hate all those questions of like, GM, what about this? And I'm like, well, normally that doesn't matter, but it matters to you. So let's just randomly decide what the answer is. I'm assuming you want the dragon to be flying away. So 4, 5, 6, it's still flying away. 1, 2, 3, it's coming back for you.
If it comes back, we face it together. As knights of the round.
You see the dragon's form get smaller and smaller as it flies off into the distance towards the direction of Camelot.
I have a really bad
that's
feeling
not-
about that.
That's
I kind of wish
significantly
it
worse.
stayed. Yeah, that
Yes.
yeah, that was much worse. She clearly she was scared of us, as she should be. We should raise the banner now, correct?
Yes, you two raise the banner. There's something I still need to take care of in the dungeons.
Right.
Gawain, were you planning on claiming this? Because otherwise, I'm probably going to cut it in half.
Right.
Yes, as soon as my father is dead, if you give me a few moments.
Mm.
He yet lives, so throne remains his.
Mm.
And I
Oh,
go
what?
to the
Wait,
dungeons.
go in.
Yes. What?
There's something you must know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Whenever you're ready.
My newfound friends here. You can barely even see him, and they're just crows all around him, flying constantly.
2 cards,
Did you guys ever see the movie We're Back?
No,
No.
It's like a dinosaur movie from the 90s. There's a character named Professor Screw Eyes, and there's a scene where a bunch of crows are flying around him. That's what I'm picturing right now.
oh.
Anyway,
They provided me with an omen. in my mind, and I saw a view of the battle. And I saw our Majesty cutting the enemies down. But a traitor then approached him. And I watched as he slayed him.
Slew, you're right.
Slew? Oh, thank you. I did not know for sure. That
Who was this traitor?
It was your cousin, Sir Mordred. He was donning.
No, that won't happen. He wouldn't.
Going this vision, it wasn't just a trick of the mind. I have a feeling about it.
He was donning what? You weren't going to say something else.
He was donning armor of the kingdom of Lot.
All the more reason for me to kill my father. Stop this vision.
Right. I just thought you should know.
Gawain, where is your father? Why you did say he was in the dungeons?
Yes, Morgana apparently put him there. I make
what
my
would
way.
killing him do?
I don't answer any more questions. I turn around and I head towards the dungeon.
Gawain, he's not in command of the army. It's not going to stop anything. I think this mission might have been for naught. I run after you. I'm continuing.
My father still deserves death. He's done terrible things. I must seek justice for the crimes he has committed, and they are many. They are varied.
Then let's deliver him justice from the king. Let's deliver him.
Are we not
to the king?
Knights of the realm? Do we not have the dispensation to deliver the king's justice?
We do, but we could stop this battle instantly if we bring their king to the field.
If I show them their king's head in the hand of his son, I can command them just as easily.
I don't know. I don't know how regicide is handled in the Kingdom of Lot, but I don't know how well that would go over.
Are you sure you're
Sorry,
not
I
letting
shouldn't be laughing.
the anger derived from betrayal at the hand of someone of your family cloud your mind in this moment, Gawain?
I have never felt clearer, Carys. And Quintus, how do you think my father came to the throne?
Well, from the insinuation that you're giving, it seems that he killed his own father.
That is how things are done here. It will end with me. I will destroy the throne. This kingdom will come under the banners of Albion. I have no interest in being king.
I worry that the army will not listen to you.
If you
Justin,
want to stop me,
sorry.
You'll need to do so with blade. I do not want to take up arms against you, brothers.
I have no intention of that, Gawain.
That will not happen. Gawain, I worry that this is what His Majesty was speaking of to you. And
Arthur is not all-knowing.
No, he's not. But he knows a lot of us. Much of us. More
If
than
he
we
knew
know.
as much of men's hearts as he thought he did, what happened between Lancelot and Guinevere never would have.
Oof.
Gawain, the way you are speaking.
Somewhat banned form, Gawain knows.
Oh, Justin, quick question. Do the entrances of tents, do they count as doors?
Do the entrances of tents count as doors?
I think at this point, Gawain is just... I don't think he's stopped moving. This conversation has been like a mobile conversation.
I think he pulls away. And Quintus doesn't stop him.
Regardless.
No, yeah.
Carys is just going to run through the first door he sees in an effort to emerge inside of King Arthur's tent.
You do.
Beautiful. And yeah, you see this, Quintus. You see Carys just run through a door and vanish.
But I knew he did that earlier.
So, Carys,
Your Majesty.
How did the mission go? How are you back?
It's almost over, but I fear that Gawain is giving in to a part of himself that is far from virtuous, far from gracious, and far from the kindness of a knight.
Take me.
I don't know. I don't know if I can, but I can try.
I think it's just too good. I don't know if it says it in Taurus, but it's just too good if Arthur's there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I'll take the king's hand.
Yeah,
Get a little
smash,
bit.
smash cut to Quintus. Like,
Yep.
well, I knew he did that, and then he's like turns to go back to the throne room because we still need to hang the banner.
Mhm.
And I guess
When
you guys just appear behind.
Yeah, when you turn around, there's King Arthur with Sir Carys.
Hello, Yamash.
Sir Quintus, where is Sir Gawain?
He went down the hallway to the dungeons. I
Come.
don't know where they are. Oh, okay.
Flank me.
What over the? Did you say fight you?
Flank me.
Come, fight me.
Fight me.
What of the standard we have to raise?
He's running. He says, "We will take care of it in a moment."
All right.
Carys, could you always do this? could've
As
Gone
of,
back to Camelot like in a day instead of
I think
weeks.
I think as soon as they kind of like fell off of Gawain, I grab the hilt of my sword and my armor comes on,
Yeah.
so I'm moving faster than you know a natural human body can.
For sure. You obviously get down to the dungeon before they do, and you find your father, King Lot, in a cell. He looks old and haggard. He looks like he's been down here for a while.
I walk up to the bars of his cell. Father, it's good to see you've been treated as you deserve.
Gawain, is that you? You come back.
Only to finish what should have been done a long time ago.
What you were here to kill me.
Yes. To bring you the justice you deserve.
Justice. It's not justice to murder an old, weak man.
No, it's justice to take the head of a king who would let his people starve just so that they wouldn't fall under the banners of Albion.
I was
Who would
not
let
in
raiders torture and steal, pillage.
I was not in my right mind. Morgana had been influencing me from her prison. She kept me under her thrall for years. She's always had it out for your king. Would do anything to cause strife in his lands.
Would you bend the knee to Arthur? Would you make your kingdoms part of Albion? Would you make your people subject to him?
Are you so narrow-minded that you only see one way?
I only see the way, Father. You haven't answered my question, and I'm growing impatient.
No, I will not bow to another. I would not expect Arthur to bow to me.
Well, it's not a decision you will have to make, is it? And I take out my katana and cut the lock on the cell door and step in.
Yeah, he's weak. He's just sitting there. He's not fighting back at all.
Father, I will give you one more opportunity to receive Arthur's mercy. You will have none of mine. Will you bow Will you become a vassal of Albion? Do
He
not
will,
speechify to me, father. It is a yes or no question.
he will look up into your eyes, the anger and the intensity as you hold your sword over his head. No, I will choose freedom.
And I drive my sword into his heart.
I mean, I think like as you raise it, you hear one last thing from down the hall. Gawain, this is not my mercy. This is not my justice.
Yeah, I
Think.
drive the sword in,
Oh,
and I turn around
So
and I say, I offered him your mercy first. He rejected
Gawain,
it.
this isn't the way.
wait, can I ask? The Arthur had stopped and tried to talk to Gawain. Can Quintus just run in and try something?
I think I'm
Or-
going to let Johnny have his moment with Sir Gawain here.
I will, like, on the meta level, I'll let you guys in a little bit. Like, Gawain, his virtue is justice, his vice is generosity. This is a moment of selfishness mixed with that justice virtue.
For sure. I was going to say, this does not feel like justice to me at all. It feels like vengeance. It feels like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So are we
So
saying he's
yeah.
broken or are we saying he's tainted?
No, tainted. If he were to not deliver justice when it seems like the right thing to do, that's when he would become broken. But because he's giving into selfishness, the direct opposition of generosity,
Sure.
Mhm.
he becomes
Yeah.
tainted.
I accept. I think that makes sense. There's a palpable silence in the dungeon. And Arthur drops to his knees. And I kind of want to sit in that moment.
Yeah. Was Lot wearing his crown in the dungeon?
Absolutely. And like as his body falls, it like topples off and we
Yeah.
see it like tink, 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 tink.
Yeah.
And it probably lands right in front of your feet.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think we see an image of like the camera stays on the crown and we see fingers come down and follow the crown up as Gawain holds it and stares at it for a moment. And then with a sneer turns and tosses it at Arthur's feet and walks past and back up the stairs.
Arthur at this point is weeping as you walk past him.
The kingdom is
Carys-
yours, uncle.
There's no
Carys will go
response.
and
He's just-
kneel at the body of Lot, of Gawain's father, just to be sure. We'll check his pulse.
He's definitely dead.
So Quintus walks over to King Arthur. My lord, I do not wish to disturb you, but there are troubling things we must share past what has occurred here. Morgana is headed towards Albion, is headed towards Camelot as a dragon. And
Yes.
I know it will be difficult to believe Gawain straight denied it, but Carys has been given a vision of your son's betrayal. It will be your end.
Yes. Yes, I foresaw something similar. I did not foresee Sir Gawain choosing this path. And the loss of life is always to sadden one's heart.
He told us that he would be able to stop the war now. Or I suppose you would be able to. Boy of
Perhaps.
the Sorry.
Sorry, at Lot's body still, but I'm guessing hearing this, Carys will say, despite the method of achieving it, perhaps this is what was needed to stay Mordred's hand.
So, Carys,
Your
brutality
Majesty.
is never the answer.
Yes, Your Majesty.
We are knights of the round. We are meant to stride for higher.
But I saw Gawain and I saw a great knight. I don't
He is great.
understand this. I don't understand his actions today.
Men are not monoliths, Carys. You know that already. They're not one thing. A great knight can also be an angry son.
Or a bad king.
My lord, we must return to the battle before it begins.
Yes.
Carys, can you do whatever that was again?
I think so. I've never tried bringing someone with me. I mean, I just learned how to do it when we were at Merlin's. I mean,
Well, I mean, you can
House.
just bring
Theodore's house.
the king. I still have to raise the banner, so I will
Oh,
do
yes.
that.
Yes. You're right.
And
yes.
I don't know if Gawain went to do that. Who knows what he's doing?
With me, Your Majesty. Let me see if this works. And Carys will try to see if he can just walk the king through the cell door and see if that
Sure,
works.
for sure. That's a door. Yeah.
I
you
love
find
this.
yourself-
I love this spell so much.
You find yourself back in.
Really?
I love it because they're very like trophy-esque spells where you're like,
Yeah.
any door I can walk through, amazing. You find yourself back in Sir Arthur's tent, and it's very quiet. He's very quiet. He says, "So, Carys, go get your friends, please. I need a moment alone."
All right. I'm gonna leave the tent door and emerge. Where would I think Gawain would have went?
Well, for the raising the standards, you could go through that door that you burst open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell you guys exactly. Like, I mean, I think Gawain did go and raise the standard, and then Quintus probably comes to him first. But when you go up to raise the standard, you have to pass through the throne room. You see Gawain, kind of like brooding in the throne, like sitting in the throne, just kind of like
Yeah.
brooding.
Yeah, and
I think
Carys will appear
Carys comes
through the
behind you.
door.
Yep, behind you. Yeah.
Carys learned to teleport, so that's pretty cool.
Convenient.
Yes, it is.
So
I thought I would
Gawain,
feel better.
I was going to ask.
I never wanted this chair.
It's not just a chair.
No, it's not. It's a relic of a line that is broken now.
Well, here's the thing about the dead. They don't get to say what it means to be. They don't get to say what we should do with our names. They don't get to say what the past meant to us. And we get to decide. You get to decide what the line of lot is and means and stands for. And sorry.
I am what is left of the line, and I stand for Albion. Perhaps not
Then you are
perfectly.
Then you are still a knight of the round.
I hope so. But Arthur does not cast me out.
Your uncle isn't going to cast you out.
I would deserve worse.
Perhaps at the hands of another king.
A lesser one. Gawain, you have served. You did something somewhat against the inferences of our code, but not against it in a technical sense.
I committed murder against the wishes of my king in front of his very eyes. Not only murder, but the murder of his brother-in-law. My own father. The king of the realm in which we stand. It may not have landed on my shoulders in the moments that I was doing it, but the gravity of the situation is falling upon me.
Well, Gawain, you weren't able to show your father mercy. That is true. And for that, I'm sorry. But will you learn from that and be able to show yourself mercy?
In time, perhaps.
It is the king's decision. It is up to him to cast you out, to give you another chance. I'm certain he'll do the latter. It is then your decision to follow through in his faith in you.
You're right. I tell you this, brothers. If the king sees fit to show me the mercy I could not show my father, I will be a more temperate man.
As should we all. Well, Carys, I believe our work is done here. Time for teleportation. It just looks a little too excited.
You
Come on,
you're sort of
Gawain.
like looking out across the field now that the castle wall has been broken. The sun is starting to rise, and then you hear the war horns. As a
That's
flurry
what
of
I-
activity begins on both ends.
This activity,
we
like
will-
they're putting away their tanks.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
putting on a show. They're putting on Les Mis.
Okay, actually, important question before you kill this episode. Did Arthur pick up the crown when he left?
It is his
I
brother-in-law's.
yeah.
I don't think he would have been in a mind to.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't yeah, I don't
So
think
I'm
he-
saying I think Quintus did pick it up
that's fine.
after they
Perfect.
left. I just wanted to say that.
Quintus is going to take the throne of Lot, and
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about saying that Gawain goes down to the dungeon
Yeah.
to look for it because I didn't think that Arthur would have picked it up.
And with that, we will have to get to the giant battle next week. And then to save Albion.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that was an intense episode. I was too far into the Arthur character. I was upset. I was like distraught at the brutality that was shown in front of me. Not to, I think it was a wonderful choice. I think it was like heartbreaking.
yeah,
Very good. If you're enjoying listening to this, I haven't said that the last few episodes, but please consider supporting us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/justfiremedia. For as little as $1 a month, you can really help us a lot. And that $1 a month includes ad-free episodes and access to our Patreon exclusive show, which is called The Forge. Which, spoiler alert, this is technically what we're doing for The Forge. It's also our summer show that we're releasing on the normal stream, but we play games like this for about these few episodes, and then we'll move on to another game. in the Forge. So if you're interested in listening to us play more games and do more stories, definitely consider supporting us on Patreon. And yeah, this is a good one, y'all.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.
You're not my dad.